Well, for more analysis, let's bring in Odette Ntambara, who's in Port Sudan. She's the Director of Advocacy, Campaigns, Communications and Media at Save the Children in Sudan. Welcome to the program, Odette. We just heard earlier from the governor of the Darfur region, which is the scene of horrific crimes against the people of Darfur. I mentioned there children, the most vulnerable and the worst affected right now. Tell us more about the situation that children are facing in Darfur right now.
Thank you so much. Yes, so the conflict in Sudan has been really a torrid, dire situation for children in terms of children witnessing a lot of their families being potentially being robbed, being killed, and the emotional distress that comes with that, particularly for children, is unimaginable, as you can, as it has been reported. We know that it is the largest displacement crisis for children. Over 16 million of those children are being displaced, and those who are managing to escape from Al-Fasher with their families are also arriving in Tawila with distress, with trauma, and they need immediate psychosocial support. So this is one thing that Save the Children and other aid organizations are trying to support with, especially children who are unaccompanied, for example. So yeah, this is an area that we need to focus on when it comes to children affected by armed conflict.
Odette, the current conflict we're seeing now has been raging for the last 2 years. We're finally seeing some global attention being drawn onto the plight of the people affected by this civil war. Explain to us how your organization is conducting its work in the country right now. What obstacles are you facing, and how can the international community make your job easier in terms of reaching the most vulnerable, like the children affected in this conflict?
Yes, so the situation has increased in terms of safety, insecurity in places like the Darfur state and also the Kordofan state. And a lot of our programming, so Save the Children is in 13 states of the 18 states in Sudan. And a lot of our programming means that we have to scale up the response to be able to meet the immediate needs. And those immediate needs include food and immediate shelter, as a lot of the displaced are coming hungry and they require some nutrition substance to be able to support them as they're looking for next. So right now we are supporting with mobile clinics in Tawila and in places like in South Kordofan for those who are displaced from Kadugli, and immediate drinking water, clean drinking water as well is one of the immediate needs that are needed. So in terms of what the international community can do is that we continue to advocate, obviously, for safe passage of civilians wanting to leave the Al-Fasher or want to leave Kadugli, but also calling for accountability for armed parties and both groups in terms of ensuring that children are protected and we are respecting the international humanitarian law.
Okay, Odette Ntambara from Save the Children. We'll have to leave it there, but the very best of luck with your work in Sudan, and thank you again for joining us.